bought you a I Survived Trail 22 sticker for your truck.
They have one?
Right by the register.
That's hilarious. That's awesome. First time I've done it. Well, we are on day 3 and first trail of the day. Thank you for joining today. Appreciate you, and looking forward to some more fun trails. Today shouldn't be too extreme. We're gonna hit the radar base at here at Windrock. But again, thanks for joining. Hope you have time at the end to stick around for the devotion. But enjoy the ride. Enjoy the ride.
Is it how you remember it, or does it seem smoother to you?
It's hard for me to get a good remembrance. It seems like it's smoother, but in general, I think that has a lot to do with my state of mind last year, too.
You bring up a good point there, that's true. Hopefully you don't get high center.
Yeah. Yeah, hopefully not. Slow and steady wins the race, I guess.
Sir.
My bad.
No worries. Just go get the footage for you.
One-handed driving and my forearm pressed the horn.
There's some rocks in that one.
Copy. Ooh, some off-camera fun. $12. Nothing like that awkward downhill off to the side feeling.
Oh, okay. Thread the needle, stand right down the center.
Guess they have a slight erosion problem. I think that's kind of some of the issue with the rating system. If you're new to it, this is going to be, for someone new, difficult. But for someone who's done it for a while, yeah, it's great.
You're probably right. It's rated if you'll be willing to accomplish it and try it. Like, unlikely to get vehicle damage, and doesn't say it's going to be easy. It's just going to say it's going to be easier. Your best bet to learn it.
Love the views. Love the views. love these green trails.
Great. Bro, this is not like this last year.
Well, if this is coming through, you will have seen you really have to commit to this whole radar base thing nowadays. They show it as a easy trail. No. No, this has not been easy. I would have probably been in a panic.
Almost there. There's some structures.
No problem. I mean, I may still be in a panic for here soon, but for now, we're surviving. Dodge that. Going way back to when we first got on this, I was thinking about why in the world I was so, blasted, for day 3 last year. And I think for me, it's because your mind is having to process what's coming up, figure out the right line, and a lot of times you're doing it in such a short distance.
Yeah, unless you pause at every obstacle, think. You're moving, you're rolling. It's like decision. Got it. Okay, left, right, go.
Whoa. Pay attention. Don't enjoy the scenery. We are up top here, and this is kind of the remnants of the old radar base that was up here. From my understanding, this goes back to World War II. The radar base was part of the Lake City Air Force Station, and it was a split site. There were offices at the base of the mountain, and the radar were at the top of that. From what I've been able to find, it was like a 10,000 foot long tramway that was built. There was a cable car that would run up and down to get the people there. There was apparently no road at that point that went up there or was usable for transporting the people. It took about 22 minutes from bottom to top. And it was to help protect against any invading low-level aircraft that might try to come and attack the Oak Ridge nuclear facility, which is near the Norris Dam. It was open from 1952 up until 1961, where budget cuts caused the station to close. I'm sure newer technology and probably also the likeliness of that invasion happening, because this was during the Cold War time. So, pretty interesting information on what it was, and nowadays it's for transmitting radio, television, that kind of thing. I'm not one to walk through sketchy buildings. We're not going to walk that way though. Broken glass, because she'll follow me. Guess we'll walk through a sketchy building. What do you think? Sketchy, sketchy, sketchy. This is neat. I don't know if there's... Oh. Ruins of a lot of different stuff here. Must be like a smokestack or something. And then they have big old HVAC that was up there. So it must have ran over here somewhere. Had to have been like a smokestack or chimney or something. It was big. There's still pieces of it over here. We got these tubes. Again, I couldn't tell you what any of this stuff was for. I couldn't even guess. There's some metal structure stuff down there. But it is insulated for whatever reason. It's got that inner post. I'm going to catch my breath from the ride and from walking some of this grade.
Something as mild as this makes me think there's an alternate way up there. The window? trail marker up there. Scab, greater than the green. 59 can take us over to 60, and that's a whole different way back, and 60 times back into 50, and back down to G50. So we wouldn't have to go through the rutted area if you don't want to, if you want to see something new. 59 is that, 60 says it is a moderate 2.8 miles.
You're leading. I'm good either way. We're going to wrap up the video this week right here. But if you want to find out if it was a better idea to avoid going down the rutted section, you'll have to come back next week. And spoiler alert, it wasn't. We had some fun though. So thanks again for being a part, and I hope you have time to stick around for a few minutes, catch the devotion, maybe get a little encouragement, a little extra strength for the week ahead. So thanks again for coming along. God bless. See you real soon out on the trails. I have a couple scriptures for you today. Joshua chapter 4, verse 7 from the King James Version says, "Then you shall answer them that the waters of Jordan were cut off before the ark of the covenant of the Lord. When it passed over Jordan, the waters of Jordan were cut off, and these stones shall be a memorial unto the children of Israel forever." Deuteronomy chapter 4, verse 9 from the New Living Translation. "But watch out. Be careful to never forget what you yourself have seen. Do not let these memories escape from your mind as long as you live. And be sure to pass them on to your children and grandchildren." Sometimes we forget what we've made it through thanks to the Lord. Sometimes we lose sight of the miracles that have been done, the blessings that have been given in the midst of what we're facing. But those things, those testimonies, those different things that have happened in our life, we need to look back on as a memorial of what God has done, how He provided. And also, that memorial of what God has done in our life can be a blessing to our children, grandchildren, and anyone we might meet, because they may have been experiencing the very same thing that we did before God got us through. Whether it be a good thing or a mistake of our past, we need to look back at them as, wow, look at God did, and how He's going to do it again, or, wow, look at the mistake I made and where God brought me from. Either way, they are a testimony. They are a reminder of what God has done and how He will continue to do that if we continue to walk and trust in Him. I pray the Lord richly bless you, and hopefully we'll get to meet each other out on the trails. God bless.